right, I think we're live. I think we're working. Hello and happy Wednesday, December 16th. We're getting there. This butthead of a cat won't leave me alone, so she says hi real quick, and then she can go bother someone else. Bye. Okay, great. So, we are working on finishing up a mini crate tonight, and this is the one that, it's another mini crate from a while back. I believe it was the August one for Asheth Magnus, aka Ash, Army of Darkness Ash, which is delightful. And he got decorated a little bit with some extra skulls because it seemed appropriate. I think it works well for him. So I am just working on finishing him up tonight and getting him based and calling it done so I can throw that out on Instagram. So, yes. So, first off, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Again, welcome. Good to see you all. You guys have been chatting a while before I even got here. Hey, Samuel, welcome. Adeptus Ridiculous. Good to see you, man. War Budgies, hey, how you doing? Taking a break from battle reports, huh? I don't blame you. Let's see here. Ooh. Samuel, welcome. Thomas, hello. Daniel Millar, welcome as well. And where are we at? Shale, I appreciate you being here, as well as you, Thomas. And Paul, thank you for being here, Paul. Mr. Pilek, welcome aboard. Yes, what are people working on? D&D Elf Paladin and Grey Knight Terminators. Well, that's a fun mix. Thomas Grable, Circle of Boros, just finished the Argus Moonhound. Ooh, that one is actually really pretty. Circle always had really gorgeous models. Definitely a huge appeal there. And yes, if you ever check out my Facebook page, Adeptus Ridiculous posts a fair bit of stuff there as far as his own projects, and you've got some really cool things going on. Let's see, Daniel finished some Thunderwolves last night. Very pleased with the outcome. Nice, Paul. Let's see here. Greetings from snowy Columbus, Ohio. Working on my Dust 47 conversion from Gamma Wolves. Dust. Yes. Like button only showing 5 thumbs up. I don't know. People just have to hit the like button and hopefully they'll mean it. I mean, you can hit it anyway. Whatever. Happy Wednesday. Yes. Shell, gonna paint Grand Admiral Thrawn to transition from the Ghost crew into my Legion Imperialis. Nice. Hey, Alfonso, welcome in. And Christmas trees. We don't have to talk about that holiday that I have in no way prepared for and realized yesterday that it is, in fact, happening next week. Thank goodness for digital gifts. All right, so I have a lot of progress on this model already, as you may be able to tell. Let me see if I can use a pointer wand without everything being terrible. So I'm super happy with the color that I got for his pants, which is sort of this like brown, greeny brown color. The skulls have all pretty well been dry brushed up. They started with the brown. The gun, well, he needs a wash, obviously, all over everything. He's got his metal plate in place. He's got most of his face there. You could probably do with some lips, but I might just let the wash fill it. Same with his little bandage there. So the belt still needs some covering. Probably gonna go for a brass look on the chainsaw. And his gloves. Sorry. And then of course get his actual base. Theoretically, these are small achievable goals that can happen by the end of 90 minutes. More veggies starting up Fallout Season 3 and Warcaster Season 1 in January. So I promised I'd take December off. Very nice. It's good that you can stay so organized. Wow. Hey Matt, Pants, welcome. Oh my god, I love your battle reports. Even if you don't play, it'd be great if you did them for other players. Okay? I mean, there's no point in me making battle reports if I don't play the game, but think I appreciate the thought there, Matt. Hey, Conan. Yep, Ash. That's who we're working on tonight. Brass chainsaw. You fancy, I know. Now, this is a mix. This is like steampunk Ash of Army of Darkness, so we can go ahead with that. This should be doable. I say that. All right, so first, let's get my new favorite brown out. This Blood Tracker brown that is like Nutmeg Brown, only with actual coverage, and I have been really appreciating this one coat magic. So, is that Bruce Campbell? Did he start a career by just mugging the camera with weird faces? No, he started his career by getting beat up by his friend Sam Raimi in their films together. So, and then later, he did sort of his chin and eyebrow thing. Hi Miranda, it's been a while. What do you think about Brawl Machine? It seems to be growing. I have not explored it. I'm just happy I enjoy War Machine and checking out Warcaster, and well, admittedly, I'm still a big fan of Space Hulk too, so those have been my games for a while. I can't speak too much to the rest of them. I haven't tried Brawl Machine. I assume it's just some smaller skirmish level. Jan Scott, I'll start on some Death Guard Possessed conversion soon. Goodness. 2021 isn't a leap year, is it? Nope, that was this year, Paul. If that was a real question. Alright, so anyway, how are the rest of you guys doing? I know some of you were telling me what your project was tonight, but for those of you who haven't and are working on something, feel free to share. It's always nice to know what everyone else is working on in the chat, if they are. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a miniature or a hobby piece. It could be, you know, a lot of people have written papers, which I found pretty cool. I don't know that I could do that while listening to a stream of any kind, but it is what it is. I mentioned I love the way this brown covers. You're right, but as far as Miranda's every second week, feels like we're running faster than normal. Yeah. The weekly thing was pretty fun. It was just really hard to keep up with, and then it was always tying up my Wednesdays. This way I actually can do other things. We'll see. Oh, I think this is the calmest I've been all day. I don't know about you, but I have been running around all day like a crazy person. That looks like that should be brown. So we're just gonna put that color there. Well, the Outpost in the UK delivered as promised 4 Battle Force boxes and Blood Angel codexes, codex and cards. I'm just happy the semester's over. Playing WoW right now. Ooh, really? Are you doing the new game, the Shadowlands, or are you playing Classic? Because that's the only thing I've been playing is all Classic all the time. Honestly, too much. I raided 3 days last week, and it kind of burned me out. I didn't realize how oddly tiring that is. So, especially when you have like 2 characters you're kind of slowly outfitting. I say slowly. My druid has been doing extremely well. Oh my gosh, my warrior got this sweet trinket out of Nax last week. I'm so excited. So, we're slowly making it through Naxxramas, which has been very, very fun. To Americans and Canadians, do you have a Games Workshop miniatures factory there, or is it all imported from the UK? To my knowledge, it's all imported. I don't think we have any factories here in America for it. That's to the best of my knowledge. Decided to break up with some Apple Barrel. Well, no, Apple Barrel, you know, they're still there. But this one, you know, just look at this. Okay, we're gonna, first off, that's how liquidy Nutmeg Brown is as an apple barrel of color. And then, you know, the colors are pretty much identical, right? It's fine. You're like, okay. But you take like some of this apple barrel, you just put that down on somewhere. Its coverage is super, super thin. Like, it just, you have to put multiple coats to get what you want out of it. Take some of this stuff. And you can see it almost goes on like melted chocolate or something. Like, that coverage is ridiculously better. Vastly better. So, you know, you just gotta go with what's practical. So, this has literally been my favorite color in the entire P3 line because you use it for everything. And it saves quite a bit of time when you don't have to keep re-going over the same spot a bunch of times. That's the, yeah. Anyway. Hey Miranda, in case you're not here again, Merry Christmas. Yeah, next time I do a live stream will be after Christmas. But thank you, Mandragora. Happy Christmas to you too. It'll be interesting this year. Samuel, my latest project was freehanding a Sheikah symbol onto my Spacehook Librarian's shoulder pad. Wow, that's really cool. How'd you feel about it? So I got a lot of third-party miniatures are kicking boots with GW these days, I bet. Epic 40K tonight, digging deep into the pile of shame. You know, as long as you can face it, it doesn't have to be shameful. Mine is sort of like the I'll get around to it pile, and you know, quit your whining, I'll paint you when I'm ready pile. They recommended they show correct stock and deliver stock levels and deliver properly. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, I think it's what Paul says. I'm pretty sure all GW stuff is from the UK, except a lot of their terrain, which is from China. And I mean, terrain is so easy to compete with. There's so many great terrain companies you can buy from, as well as 3D print. Tonight I worked on some game content. Lots of editing. Game design content. Nice, Jan Scott. Adeptus Ridiculous. Finally bought the Kickstarter for Heroes Quest 2nd Edition print from Hasbro, but it won't be here until December of 2021. Time will go by before we know it. I remember when we were looking forward to 2020. Remember that time? Back when we thought it would be a year of opportunity? Yes. Sorry, my cat is deciding she wants to be part of everything. Anyway. All imported from US. There you go. Paul, my next project is painting Premier's in an Overwatch color scheme for Ashley. Oh, nice. Oh, she'll love that. Kirsten, welcome. See, no factories I know for GW, but there's a massive warehouse here in Memphis that covers a lot of the distribution. Okay, that makes sense too. Hey, Dragonkin, welcome. Did you get a painting plug? No, this is the original painting holder. I bought it before it was cool and pervy to do. Oh Lord, Christmas is almost here. I know, it's depressing. Mostly because it means the end of the year is here, and then there's like a bunch of weird little things you have to remember, and I agree. Let's see here. There are individual import tariffs. Oh, yeah, as far as the tariffing. I know, like, Australia pays ridiculous amounts to import pretty much anything. Okay, let me get back to this. So, like I said, this brown is the best. And we're just going to continue on then. All right. So what is it we were saying? I don't think this was the one I was using. It was definitely a different brush. Thanks, Kexor? Kexor. Wow, it's kind of a tricky name to say, man. But thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad that it's not annoying. Although I guess if it were, you can just turn off, so. What up? I like my paint and shop because I actually get to get stuff done, and it's this dedicated time, dedicated space and time to hang out and enjoy this level of hobbying. I will say, as far as positives, so I don't know if you guys watch Cool Guys Nation with Aaron, but he had a live stream this past weekend, and he had asked me to be on it, but I couldn't because I was busy raiding in Extramus with my guild. And so I uploaded a video for him to play. We were talking about like positive things of 2020. And 2020 was really bad for me, but despite that, I guess there's always positive things to look at, and one of them is the fact that I think I got better at painting by virtue of just deciding to sit down and work it more. And I think that's kind of a nice little bit of a rewarding thing to get out of it. I mean, I look forward to just playing again, but in the meantime, it's also nice to have a good-looking army. So, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. My cat is just deciding to be as annoying as possible, apparently. She's just so needy. What? Come on. I'm just sitting here wondering why I look like I'm talking to myself. Jeez, who keeps feeding you? Look at this thing. Just gonna fat shame my cat here. How you doing, huh? Yeah, you're pretty unhappy with that. But you just wouldn't stop meowing, would you? Oh, now she's purring. Okay, whatever. Ignore the cat. What are you guys going on about? Oh, my tableware mats arrived. Oh, good, Paul, I'm glad. Mini Wargaming Bubble bundle. 2 6x4 and 1 kill team size mat. It was really nice. I just posted a picture of my librarian shoulder pad to your Instagram page. Oh, really? Let's see if my super old, non-updated phone works enough to see it before before it takes too long, I guess. I don't know. Old Instagram. Nothing like those programs designed to make me feel like I don't know how technology works. I don't see it. I'll have to check it later. Sorry. That mini's looking really good. Oh, thanks, Robert. Also, thanks for sharing the really good news earlier. That made my heart warm. I really, really appreciate that happened. So congrats to you and your dad. Valhalla was firm positive. That is very true. That was so good for sanity. It was crazy, especially the timing. The cat wants some airtime. That's why he's so vocal. Oh, she's just needy. She just wants attention. If anyone other than her is getting it, she's just jealous. I don't know where she got that from. Here in Canada, oh, you guys are talking about the different discounts you get. Nice. Dan Scott, have a great night. I'm working at FedEx loading boxes. I use lots of profanity. I try to get creative with my expletives. Very good. Whee. All right, let's see here. Hi, kitty. Oh, hey, cat. Yeah. She's actually really old. My beautiful black floof. Really good texture on that. How'd you get that black to, oh, it's a cat. She does. I randomly watched a video the other day, and I'm not really a cat person. Like, I used to be, but I grew up. And there was this weird video on YouTube about black cats specifically, and they have this genetic predisposition to being a little bit more resilient to cat AIDS, apparently. And I guess some infections in general, they can live a pretty long time and all that. But there's different colorings. Oh, someone subscribed. Thanks, big fish. There's different colorings of black cat where they can have like a bit of a red tinge or a blue tinge, and my cat is just black, and the reflection or the sheen on it's just white. So there's not really any coloring to her. It's just pure abyss, I guess. I don't know. So there you go. I saw the CGN stream, but it was very late. As I said, I was about to go. Erin said, "Wait, Paul, watch this," and played your clip. Oh, that's hilarious. Heard black cats are very cuddly. Well, she's gotten cuddly in her old age. She's like 12, or actually I think she might be 13 now. I got her a long time ago. And she was just an adopted stray because she had been abandoned, and I can't say no to that, so here I have this cat. And she was always kind of standoffish, little punk, and now that she's getting older, she definitely likes to come and hang out on your chest or come cuddle and bug you for whole minutes at a time before getting bored and wandering off. She is the void. Abaddon cat. That's right. Black cat. I don't know how else to describe her. She's just like this little anime cat. She actually reminds me of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, because if she's sleeping, you just see this sort of just inky blackness, and then like some eyes appear, and then meow, like the little pink mouth appears, and she just looks like an anime or something. Like an anime cat. So she's pretty ridiculous. Alright, that's gonna be metal. This here can all be metal. So since I am a fan of dry brushing my gold over a brown, I'm not even done with this delightful brown color because it just goes well on everything. Let's see. Yeah, we can start filling this all in. So I'm just painting brown all the places that I want to go over with the dry brush gold, so that it has a nice underlying base and the brassy look isn't too shiny. It's a little bit more dingy, which is more in line of what I like. A little bit more gritty and so-called realistic, whatever that means these days. She sounds adorable. Ignore the cat, which now completely dominates the chat. Love it. I know, dang cat. These animals, they come in and just hijack your life. Nah, she's actually been pretty good. Alright, so chainsaw's got a fair bit of what it needs. Let's get into these little details. Always the hard part of remembering to get into those underside bits where the model, where you'll notice later, I guess, where stuff hasn't been painted. Get in there and paint it. My goodness. There's a lot of customs chat in the field. So I guess, do you guys end up ordering a lot during the holidays, or are we just talking about in general when you order from GW? Because I'm sure it's, like, if you order something here, you can just go to any local Games Workshop to pick it up. And I've noticed that stuff comes within about a week, so they definitely have some sort of priority in getting items either to distribution or to the store. Because that's how I ordered my my Bane blade that I still haven't put together or painted. Oh yeah, that thing. Let's see. Paint his boomstick there. So there's a lot of decisions being made quickly here as far as whether or not I want to paint his gauntlets gold or silver. I think I'll stick with gold for his hand. Do I want to do that? That looks good. Silver's probably more realistic. I'd watch that anime. Black anime, Abbott and Cat. Yeah, I guess I would too. I could see them certainly delving into that world. How to make GW more friendly. We'll go over the little animals of the 41st millennium. And they're all like Nibbler. I didn't want to do that, but whatever. Okay, so you'll be silver, you'll be gold. Just a little bit here. Unfortunately, I have to dry brush basically right next to his face. We'll just have to see how that works out. And then he's got this weird ammo pouch of stuff, which should probably be silver. Probably. Would be my guess. Sorry guys, I've also had kind of a headache all week. Like, without interruption. Do you ever paint minis from board games or just games like 40K and War Machine? Pretty much just 40K and War Machine. My friend Flo paints all of the other stuff. She painted part of my Space Hulk set, but then she also painted like some of my Underworlds, and then she also has the Song of Ice and Fire game, and so she's been painting those. She's painted people's Cthulhu War sets. So that's definitely more her alley. And they've got some really, like, there's beautiful miniatures for those games. I think Arkham Asylum, Arkham Horror. She's painting those as well. She did all the zombie side. I feel like it's almost a never-ending treadmill. Like, wargaming has plenty of stuff that needs to get done, but man, board game, there's like kind of less application to those minis, and there's usually more of them. So I feel like that kind of puts me off of it, so to speak. Weird thing with your Colonel Strachan model was me buying it and posting it as still only half the cost of him in your local store. Maybe as an older model. Yeah, maybe. I remember looking at that and we compared. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I would say that England and Spain are quite important in the world playing field for miniature gaming products. So fingers crossed, nothing weird happens. For sure. I like the brown with gold dry brush. Do you use gray under silver for the same effect? I don't. Mostly because I'm coating over the silver with sort of a wash anyway, and so that dims it down, but I could see that having a similar effect. But I guess I'm not going for as much of an antiquing with my silver. Anyone order from Forge World? The pricing looks crazy, but man, some of the new stuff looks great. Oh, I bet. Flo paints some crazy Cthulhu War stuff. Yeah, we're budgies knows. Forgot to answer your question about how I felt about Librarian add-on. I think he plays better now, drawing on the Triforce of Wisdom, Courage, and Power. Excellent. I do love this. All of that series. I was really tempted to buy myself a Nintendo Switch this year as the result of because I still haven't played Breath of the Wild, so. Alright, what am I doing here? So I'll let that ring continue to be silver. You can be silver, you can be silver, you can be silver. What am I going to do with you? You might as well be brown. And then I'll make those little grenade casings like like a silver. I'll just do that. A lot of silver and brown on this guy. Not exactly going for crazy creative colors because I want him to look like Ash. And Ash, you know, he's not, you know, he's a colorful guy, but he doesn't wear a lot of colors. See what I did there? You're welcome. Oof. Hmm, 8:02 already. My goodness. Alright, so that's the brown on there, which went pretty fast. His pants are good. I feel like these strappings here should probably be brown. I think that makes sense. So what is that? A vertical as well as some side ones. Goodness, he's got so much stuff on him. All right, what am I doing here? I say that to myself every day, Miranda. Oh, don't we all, Kristen? There's just so many things we do in the day. I feel like it's a completely understandable, you know, statement. Lauren Queen, what are you doing, girl? Hello. It's good to see you. I guess happy Christmas if I don't talk to you before then. If I'm not just hiding away, farming materials for my next raid in World of Warcraft, like a highly social person. Ash is colorful in personality, but an arterial spray. Oh, and arterial spray. Yes, yes. This is very true. Maybe that's what I should do for Christmas, is watch Ash versus the Evil Dead again. That was one of the few series I've enjoyed on television. So we're just gonna get this strapping in place and hopefully start painting some metal on him and see whether or not I do indeed not get this finished in my 90-minute time frame. Which I'm hoping I actually can do. Alright, so that there. I think that the Forge World will get a boost when Warhammer Old World is released. Isn't that just fantasy again? You absolutely need to play Breath of the Wild. There's so much to explore. I know. That's my fear, though. There are some boomers out there that'll open their tight wallets full of notes for Warhammer the Old World for sure. Wow. I do chain swords in red and black stripes like warnings. Sharp. Nice. I just need Adam and CGN to jump in. It's all my patrons in one place. By the way, did you receive Thamar Black? I did. It's right here. Ta-da. Thamar Black and Mara White and Menoth White, which is really like a yellow color, but oddly super useful. Yeah, I do. Thank you, though. It's been exciting. WoW is just social distance training. Well, then I've been already well practiced for 15 years, and yet this year has still been super miserable, so I don't think it's very effective. Still disappointed about Adepticon 2021. I know. So LVO and Adepticon are already out. We've got such a nice local GW store. 1 out of 3. That manager kindly reserved me the Christmas special edition orc. Aw, that was nice. See, that's good customer service, right? Always watched It's a Wonderful Life, then Die Hard on Christmas Eve. In that order. Excellent. Yes, I am fine with Die Hard being a Christmas movie. Don't know that's what I actually watch. My mom actually was a big fan of putting on It's a Wonderful Life. So I might do that this year. Alright, so you're gonna be actual metal. weird. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course, you have a leg brace. It's still Asheth Magnus, technically. So many cons in 2021 are canceled already. Well, we'll see what the second half of the year brings, I guess. Alright. That was gonna be silver. I'm determined to get this model finished. Silver. Let's see, I've got my gunmetal. What else do I have? I've got a variety of different golds. Khaki, blighted gold. Yes, I know. You're jealous of how well organized I am here as I pick through all these models. Okay, so we're gonna go with my gunmetal gray, which is still folk art. So this should be fine. Oh geez, Kristen. Yeah, this year is, I recognize it's been rough for a lot of people. I'm sorry. White on white uniform with blue skin means overpaint shows strongly. Yeah! Krampus is a Christmas movie. I love that movie. It's a really great movie. Speaking of like kind of surprisingly good movies, have any of you guys seen, I think it's just called The Babysitter. It has newer actors that I don't remember the names of in it, and it's a really surprisingly good movie. It reminded me of Krampus as far as like how surprisingly clever it was. So, quite enjoyable. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. It's on Netflix. My friend Flo showed it to me. She just meows until you look at her. And then she stops. Getting these silver bits in. Are we ballparking Valhalla 2021 at about the usual dates? Hitting use it or lose it leave this year. I want to block off earliest. Let me reach back out to you on that because there's a few things I'm having to work out. I think Christmas Carol starting Patrick Stewart is my favorite Christmas themed movie. Oh my god. I saw a thread from Miranda and Adam talking about a convention in Utah. Well, it's not a convention. It's more of a retreat, which is why we could have it this year, because it was a small event. But, yeah, it's an event that I host, actually. Took over from Blue Table Painting 5 years ago. This was my 5th year hosting Valhalla in the fall. So, and it was... much to my huge gratefulness, it was very smooth and very good, and I got to actually just play games like a normal human for a bit, and it felt so nice. So yeah, it normally happens right around end of September, early October, out in Utah, and I've got to figure out how next year would work. Does that movie have Batista in it? I don't think so. Muppets Christmas Carol. Michael Caine singing badly is the spirit of Christmas. Hi Biorhythm. Have a happy holidays to you too, man. Hey Melinda. It's good to see you. Hope you're staying well over there in Colorado still, right? It's good to see you. I miss you too, girl. One of these days we'll see each other when I'm not horribly sleep deprived. and, you know, upset at everything in the world. Alright, so I went ahead and gave him silver. Silver gauntlets seemed more appropriate. Let's finish painting those fingers. Private or public? Hey Ryan, good to see you. Not invite only, no. There's usually I would run a Kickstarter for it every year, so anybody who wanted to go could just buy their tickets then, and that way I could always plan for exactly all the people who were there and try to customize the event as much as possible to them. So that's how that's always been. It's not exclusive that it's invite only. The only thing that makes it somewhat exclusive is the fact that it's just there's a limited capacity. So that's the only thing there. But yeah, I need to update the website, but valhallainthefall.com is a website that should have some information on the event as we move forward into 2021, when I know what on earth we can do in 2021. Definitely the year of stepping carefully. I'm liking these details. They're starting to come out. I feel so old at 50 here. Kickstarter. Oh, so it's just, well, I mean, I don't know. If you're not familiar with Kickstarter, I'm afraid to tell you, if you're a big board game fan, you might lose all of your money to Kickstarter, because that's like the #1 place board games are being sold right now. Just go to Kickstarter.com and you can see kind of how it works, but it's pre-purchasing something before it's made, basically. Do you play Marvel Crisis Protocol? No, I don't. Don't need more games in my life, Alexis. But if you're on Steam, we should totally play golf with friends. Or that weird freaky game, Phasmophobia. Do you have that one? It's scary. So, you know, I'll play it with somebody as long as I get to stay in the van. Bravely, of course. Miranda, you're always sleep deprived. It's true. I actually track my sleep, and that's a very true statement, and I don't know what to do about it. There we go. Almost there, guys. I'll start painting the brass, and I can use this other color from Privateer that is so appropriately called brass balls, which of course is the only color that Ash would be, you know, caught dead in, I guess. Silly, ridiculous human. Should be brown. You can be silver because the wash should catch in you in a good way. Might as well make sure everything that needs to be silver is silver at least before I go putting it up. I like the little grenade casings or whatever he's got here. We'll make those silver because I think the black wash will actually catch those pretty well. And I think I'm going to try tonight to use 2 different washes. See if that doesn't end up being a mistake. But for all the metal bits, I want to use the Nuln Oil to get that nice sort of greasy look. But then maybe like a sepia, Seraphim Sepia Mornagrax on the rest of him to get him dirty without making him look like he's sooty, if that makes sense. Got Phasma on sale for €10. You need to play more games. I also finished my 2021 calendar. I'm going to post it on Etsy soon. Oh, good. Well, let me know when you do. I need to order one because I don't have a 2021 calendar yet. And I should do that. And, of course, I want to support you. Good sleep and tea. Oh, sounds nice. Oh, don't tell me that. Can confirm, spent most of my money on Kickstarters. Yeah. I'm a coward, so I avoid scary games. I know. Maybe if enough of us scaredy cats get together and try to play a scary game that's cooperative, we can get something done. I don't know. Are you picking up Darktide when it releases? Yes, I am. Freaking day one. I actually need to see exactly the release date because I might take that day off because I'm super excited. I love Fat Shark. They're a super delightful company, and I think that they will make a really good game. Of course, I love Vermintide 2 a lot, and so I'm biased. I get that, but I don't know. I think they'll do a good job. So very excited. Yes. Even if you don't play Crisis Protocol, I recommend looking at the miniatures. They're hyper detailed, and I'm sure you can find some fun ones to paint. I'm looking forward to painting to Angela. Nice. I've played a lot of Vermintide and Vermintide 2, so I'm pretty excited. Yes, it's so good. I still need to actually level my characters properly in Vermintide 2, because whenever I play it, it's like, I'll hop into Paul's room where he's like leveled everything, so I just get to wander around like a toddler playing with all the fun stuff. It's great. It's old is new, again, only on video. My son wants me to play Cyberpunk 2077. And I had to tell him to read the original books 30 years ago and the RPG game. That's right, only then do you get to customize your private parts. So, Flo's boyfriend has Cyberpunk 2077, and I took a look at it, just sort of watched him play, and all I could think of was, oh, okay, this looks a lot like GTA 3 when that first came out for, the PS2? And it's like, oh, is this open world, and you can run around, and you can do bad things, and then there's some missions and sort of a story you can follow if you want. It's like, okay, I think I know what this is. That's cool. Bills, welcome. Welcome to the chat. What is that scary co-op game about ghost hunting on Steam? Phasmorga or something? Basically, Phasmophobia. Yes. And I bought it because my brothers wanted to play, because we all live in different states. And my cousin and my 2 brothers are unperturbed by horror completely. They will play all of those games and not care. And so me, of course, I'm like, well, I'll play with you guys, of course. It's not scary. They laugh at me a lot, though. I don't get it. So, yes. It was a really clever game, actually. I love the fact that you can do kind of the multiplayer aspect of it. But the reason it gets spooky is because there's times when you have to separate from each other and you all have to go do different things. And then, there's this ghost messing with you by turning off the power and being generally rude. So, it kind of gets to you. Oh, goodness. Is this meant to be brass? Was I planning to make that all brass? I don't know. What was I going to do with that? Keep seeing bits that haven't been painted, because I obviously had some other idea of what other color I was going to put in there, and then nothing happened, and now I don't know what to do with it. So I am going to choose to make that silver. This silver's getting a little goopy. Just go ahead and fill that in there. Make sure. And then we're going to make this outer bit kind of brassy, because that's a little bit more of a commander look anyway, arguably. And we'll finish getting silver on this gun, because it has a couple spots missing, oddly. Oh dear, we're almost due for a progress check, guys. 8:30. I'm gonna ask you where you guys have gotten to, and I'm sure it'll be further than me. Laughing at each other is what siblings are for. Unfortunately, that is an incredibly true fact in my family. Left 4 Dead 2 was rubbish, I thought, compared to Left 4 Dead 1. I haven't played either. I am mostly unperturbed by horror, except that stream of Visage we did. I know, it's kind of sad we can't seem to relive that, huh, Paul? Laughing at each other in Tombstone, pile driving your little brother, and glad as an adult you didn't kill him. Oh, yes. Yes, those are all so true. Back in the day, we had a blast playing Dark Conspiracy, a pen and paper RPG set in the 1980s. What? Hey, Rory. Alright, Budgie crash time. You guys take care. Night, or Budgies. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, man. Real horror is Boxing Day lunch for Christmas in the UK, with an old relative clipping his toenails near the dinner table, and then a toe clipping flies into your soup. This is gross. I evade your questions by going to bed. Got some paint on Kaya 1. Nice. Progress is progress. Just get that. For me, it's like getting that base coat on. After that, everything else seems a little bit more approachable, you know? It's like the initial decision making needs to get behind you. All right, so back on with the brown, and then we can approach some gold, and then I can probably black wash, and then, well, I might do the base first. Let's see. Because once I black wash, I kind of can't touch the model anymore. I have finished painting a 3rd unit of Hittites, an ancient army, and 10mm. So tiny, so many little people. Oh no. Cyberpunk 2077. Ugh, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that interesting to me. And I feel like I wander around aimlessly in like the normal world enough that just doing it in a video game is even worse. It's like I kind of spend too much time on WoW as it is. It's just, I really like it. So I really don't need that excuse for more games. Hence, not buying a Switch. There's challenges in life. Sometimes your willpower really is just the fact that you gotta not even give yourself the opportunity to waste that time. Jesus, just going from like a folk art paint to this P3 is just night and day, and how the paint performs on the brush. It's kind of hilarious. I'm gonna get that up here too. Now it is a thicker paint, so you gotta also make sure you are spreading it out, not letting it cake and gunk up. That would be bad. Alright, about to dry brush some stuff. Let's see how that turns out. Hey, he's not looking half bad. He's got kind of a crazy frown, doesn't he? Primary colors, black and so much white. Long time no see, Anzo. Welcome. Joys of spending Xmas with the grandparents. Hey, enjoy him while you got him. Got all the recent reprints of Cyberpunk from a couple years ago. The recent reprints don't have that big, nice fold-out map of the Night City, though. So many excuses. Yes. Goodness, yes. Huh. There's yet more brown strapping on here. I'll get that on there. You think you're done with the color. Then you realize you've just been ignoring an element of the model. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it actually shows it better on camera, funny enough, but come on. All that just painted the color of his pants. We were almost going to be deprived of the knowledge that he, in fact, has this strap here. Alright, oh, brown there, didn't I? Okay. And we're gonna fill that in with brown too. How did I not notice this before? What the heck? Alright, we're almost there. Promise. Much better. Now you can see all these straps holding him together. It's just, you know, he is a man falling apart otherwise. Poor little dude. Okay. Now we can bring out El Brazos. Hail to the king. Right? Nice paint job, Padawan Master. I don't know about that. I'm not joining any crystal brush competitions anytime soon. It is time to give what Ash truly needs. I always notice bits I've painted. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now we need a good dry brushy brush. This seems like an appropriate one. So, of course, the point of the dry brush is, in fact, to be dry. So we're going to go with quite a dry brush on here. And just start getting stuff in where I can. You always have to be kind of slow to look back at it because you won't notice, or at least I won't always notice, that I've put a dry brush on a model right away. Kind of looking for a better brush for this, but I don't think I have one. Is this a better one? Beep. I'll try that. Well, I have to admit I messed up. I was building GN Terminators, but then I took them gaming before I was done, and now I don't remember or know where parts go. Oh no! Well, wait a minute. So you can take a look at the product page of the GW website for your Grey Knights and see what matches what, because usually you can get pretty far with that. Because to your benefit, you have the Games Workshop website, which is really good at having like proper product pictures, as opposed to maybe a smaller game company that doesn't have that information on it as readily available. Alright, so we're getting this gold on. And so maybe you can see the difference between where it's gold brown versus just brown brown. So everything on the chainsaw there is still just brown brown. And then here it's like a little bit gold, but it does need a little bit more. Trying not to dry brush too hard. Platu Barata. Nikto. Ah. When he messed up the Book of the Dead Words. Oh, I need to rewatch that movie. That'd be nice. So been on a weird 90s kick lately, guys. We rewatched Clerks and Mallrats last night. And it's weird to look at old 90s movies. Especially, you know, when you're talking about like younger, newer, like actors who were new at the time. And seeing like, you know, they were kind of getting their acting chops ready, you know, still learning a bit. And that feels very obvious in Mallrats, because like, Shannon Doherty was the only one who was really sounding all right. Bless her heart. I mean, they're all, you know, it's a weird movie to act in anyway, so I can't really blame them. I don't know how I'd perform for like a Kevin Smith type of flick. His dialogue is difficult to, I think his dialogue would be very difficult to deliver, but either way, it's interesting watching old Kevin Smith stuff. It's just funny to realize that that was sort of like a revolutionary thing in filmmaking at the time. Let's see, so that's your hand, that's fine. I love Clerks. It's interesting. I don't know that I loved the movie. Like, I love learning more about the behind the scenes stuff for the movie than the movie itself. But, you know, it's a very distinct style. And it, you know, it's also funny because so much film mimics that later on. Eden Prairie Center. Huh. Mallrats was filmed about 20 minutes from me. Oh, that's awesome. Even the heavy metal team misses some spots from time to time. Oh, really? I blinked at the pic, but I know those things are frowned upon. Search even heavy metal misses a spot every once in a while. Oh, nice. Okay. Sorry, boot cut. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what do you use for your paint cam? I'm looking to do painting streams, and I don't know what to use. You know, I don't know that I have a great setup personally. Like, I feel like I lack lighting, and I have a lot of light on this desk. So you'll probably want to experiment. I just have one of those little Microsoft Life Cams because it's a 1080 image on the camera, on the Mini itself. And it's done an okay job, but like autofocus is a super nuisance. So if you can avoid that by having more of maybe something more set in front of you, because this is more off to the side, probably do you better. Yeah, I feel like I'm not quite getting the full brass effect. Clerks wasn't style, it was shot that way because they didn't have money. Well, part of what develops the style is the limitations with which you work in, so, I mean, he has a style, and he maintained it in Mallrats too, when he had quite a significantly larger budget. Almost guerrilla filmmaking. Yeah, I think he had like an insurance check for from FEMA for flood damage. I want to say to his house, flood damage to something, and so he spent the money on making the film while also maxing out his credit cards, which he's certainly not the only one to have done it. He's just one of the few to have done that successfully. All right, this guy's looking kind of sweet. kind of groovy. He has a very saturated look, doesn't he? It was shot in black and white because I didn't have lighting. It was shot in color, and he made it black and white. At least from some of the stuff you see behind the scenes, it's all color, and then he pulls out all the black and white, or pulls out all the color. All right, so one thing that I need to get done, don't know if I have it. Do I have one for the size? Maybe. I do, okay. So let's see if we can get his little base going. So Mercs are green, right? So we're looking at where he's looking or where his model. Let's do it on his shoulders. I tend to screw that up if I'm looking at where his face is, and then I by habit do it by shoulders, so I'm gonna do it that way, even though he's kind of looking a different way. He'll just be very proud. I don't know, whatever. So we are looking for mercenary green color as his theme. Probably not gnarls. Maybe more of an olive. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that works for mercenary green. Let's do, oh, geez, 20 minutes. I think I might make it in time here. How about that? Oh, I haven't opened this paint before. Whew. Well, guys, I hope you're all ready for those end of year holidays that involve lots of presents. I know some of them have already started, so I just wish people a stress-free holiday season. Yep, good old iPhones that self-destruct in 5 minutes after info retrieved. Enter queue, Mission Impossible music. Yeah, I don't use iPhones, probably in part for that reason. Alright, so I'm just sort of defining the line here. Olive or battle green? Battle dress green. No, the battle dress I do have here somewhere, but it was more brown than I would have liked. I went with the olive. Ordic olive. Yes, Ordoc. That's right. Ordic. That's, yes. So I preferred that color a little bit better. A little more distinct, you know. So we're going to put those markers on, paint the rest of the base black, let that sit, black wash him, and then I'll just have to bring up details, which I won't be able to do during the stream because I have to let the wash dry. But if you finish him, no cliffhanger. It's okay, I have so many unpainted minis, I think we'll make it through this one. Shell, details are on. Did some lining with a wash paint. Now to clean up the white. Dude, you challenge yourself a lot. So, I mean, you're obviously going to have some really amazing looking stuff when you're done. I might just add a little bit to that. This year's not been good for small miniature companies. Most of the ones I'm aware of have been going under. Oh, really? So, that really sucks. I don't know if small miniature companies might have like small overhang or only fill to specific demand or what. But this has not been the year for small businesses, that's for sure. So I got that line straight, then I'll get the brass on, and then the black, which I can probably start painting. Do I want to? No. Still waiting for my made-to-order Chaplin Mini GW offered a while back. Made to order? What are you talking about? Alright, so we can paint some of them are black while I'm waiting for the rest of it to come in. This is just me being impatient and not waiting. Probably gonna get black all over my fingers for it, but whatever. I appreciate all the words of encouragement, Adeptus. I'm not going to proclaim that I am a master painter in any sense, but I certainly have been enjoying that I've gotten better, which is essentially all I set the standard for, so not bad. So now we're just covering the rest of it in Damar black, because once you have a painted base, your model looks 10 times closer to done. Impatience is what often drives my progress. I'm gonna miss theaters. Oh, dude, I know. As somebody who used to go to the theater at least once a week, and oftentimes twice, this has been a really difficult year for me in that regard. Terminator Chaplin Terrentus was the model name. They offer old casts in metal, but instead plastic as a last hurrah for some old minis. Wow, that was really cool. You're a very much more accurate painter than me, Miranda. Nah, you just can't see all the mistakes on camera. And you know, I sort of always have this understanding with my miniature ahead of time. It's like, if you're difficult, you're gonna turn out terrible. And I'm just gonna leave you that way. So they seem to straighten up after that. You just maybe have to have a stern conversation with your mini ahead of time. Their vanity usually wins out. Alright. Anyone else till out barrel holes? Dude, I filled that with a wash. What usually get me to finish figures is committing to using them at a set date. Ashy slashy. See, wasn't that a great show? Yeah, well, he's getting closer to done. Really pale hand there. Isn't working. Right, so this paint dries surprisingly fast. Gotta love that desert weather. So we can get our brass on here now. Where'd I put it? Ah, that's the one. Gotta run. Have an early day tomorrow. Good night. Thanks for coming by. Have a good one, Thomas. I kept wishing for Flo's steady hand with freehanding. Yeah, oh my gosh. Some of her stuff, the stuff she's done for the Aristea models, oh my gosh. Another board game that she paints the minis on. Just does such a good job. New Wonder Woman movie Would you see it online in the movie theater or at all? Because of the massive shift in in-home entertainment, I wonder what the long-lasting effect on the movie biz will be. That is a very open question, and I don't think anybody knows the answer to that. Because on the one hand, yeah, a lot of people have their huge home entertainment systems like Super Baller. But I think 2020 has taught a lot of people that they're not necessarily as introverted as they thought. Because it's really different when you're not allowed to go out. And I think if any movie theaters are allowed to open or reopen, I think they will do very well. At least for a while, for people just desperate to leave their homes, or, it's not like everybody's got some amazing sound system at home, or if they do, it's not like it's not being occupied by children, roommates, whatever. So you have to assume that if not everyone has that access, then they'll want to go see it somewhere else. And then still a good place to go hang out and meet with friends. So I think we'll have drive-in movie theaters, and then we'll see regular movie theaters kind of come back after that, after a lot of them have closed permanently. But with every wildfire comes new growth, so we will see. Ta-da! Let's add that beautiful, beautiful gold. Great. So that's just about done. I am as introverted as I thought. Don't go outside, it's scary still. Then again, it's always been scary. Well, yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah. Miranda, you tried out Blighted Gold yet? I just got mine yesterday and I can't wait. I haven't. In fact, you can see here, I've still got it sealed up. But I do have the Blighted Gold, obviously not mixed. It seems really dark, but I just haven't tried it out yet because I haven't. But yeah, at some point I plan to. It's got a very oily look to it from the description. It's got a lot more, almost more green, in there. On the bright side, the drive-in theaters are doing well, I bet. I noticed Bruce Willis has fired off a bunch of low-budget movies to keep serious. Oh my gosh, what is it? In Eastern Europe, where the heck is it? A bunch of movies are getting filmed there now because they have a setup that seems to work anyway. How do you stay motivated to paint? I haven't touched my brushes since March when our LGS stopped having play space. We kind of stopped playing war games. The paint chat, to be honest, like having a group of people that I'm kind of knowing that I'm gonna meet has done a massive amount toward that. And for that I'm very grateful because I probably wouldn't get much done if I wasn't actually hanging out online with people. So there's that. Wow, Samuel. Okay, so I'm going to pinch him into this little bit here. Just to finish up the black, preferably without like just getting my, oily fingers all over the top of his head and having to repaint his black hair, which kind of looks like I already need to do. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to just finish this up. Overshot the black there, unfortunately. Alright. side's done. And then we'll just finish up this other side, and the base is pretty much done. I'll touch up the little bit of gold, but we're just about there. Hooray! And then a wash. And then I think I'll have just hit my time. So I apparently gave myself the appropriate number of tasks tonight. GG, setting reasonable expectations. Then I gotta hop on WoW and farm a bunch of herbs for tomorrow's raid. And oddly enough, I'm perfectly happy to do that. It's super weird when you've hit that point in your MMO life where you kind of just enjoy weird chores. Whited gold is a great base for your brighter gold. Okay. As opposed to my brown. No, it wasn't Prague. It was somewhere else, but it wasn't Eastern Europe. Czech Republic. It was the Czech Republic. That's where it was. Oh yeah, let me touch up his hair a bit. Then we'll throw that black wash on, and well, I guess I'll throw it on in a couple of areas too. Because his head must be regular sweaty, aka Agrax Earthshade. Alright. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Groovy. Pretty happy with this. Under better light, we'll kind of get a better idea, but this is some progress we can get behind. All right, so now we're down to the wash. Thank you, Daniel. Fair enough, Kristen. My bad. Well, I guess just in the Czech Republic. Okay, so fair enough. Dummy me. Let's see. If COVID was a test for the zombie virus, we failed. Oh, easily. Yeah, for me, it's mostly staying busy with a project and even painting a bit every weekend. If painting isn't doing it, try to assembling and kit bashing some. The change up is useful for me. I find it hard to, like, you've got to sort of maintain a space for hobbying too. Like, it can be really difficult. So, we're doing null oil for all of the metal. And then our sepia for everything else. I think I already washed his pants. They look like they have a wash on them already. What are the gold and green stripes for? Oh, well, that's to mark the facing on the miniature, because which way he's facing actually matters in the game. You have successfully multitasked. That's okay, Spaz Tech. You can call me out if I'm wrong, so let's see. Where's facing is important. Yeah, there you go. I'm back to my killing floor 2 gaming chores. Damage with this weapon. Complete this level for game money. There you go. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, so my little gift to help keep me from knocking stuff over. So we're just gonna take it easy and go real light with this wash, actually. Let's see if we can do that correctly. Absorb some of that wash in there and Get it on his head and face. And washes are really, really ideal for defining muscle, I've learned. Because it feels like, to me, I feel kind of silly defining said muscle on my own, like deliberately. Just it doesn't. Okay, well that's about the end of the agrax right there. I think we've got it where we need. No, it can go wrong. I have a lot of false confidence that's gotten me pretty far in life, guys. Alright, seems like it's pretty well covered. Let's pick it back up from those 2 points. His face seems legitimately, you know, ruddy enough. I appreciate that they did the model to make sure he had a chin. Just a bunch of happy accidents. Told you, I already negotiate with my miniature ahead of time. Like, we gotta work as a team on this, or you're gonna be ugly. Now for some good old Nuln Oil with 1 minute. Oh dear. All right. Just get a very oily look on this everything metal. Ta-da! And then I always make sure the Nuln Oil is also in any of the, you know, gun barrels, for example, so that I don't have to drive myself nuts trying to drill a hole. Because I understand that it looks silly without anything there. Like, you know, you feel like you're running around with a toy gun. So I just approach it a little differently. Right onto here. Well, I think we might be all right here. I do, I'm gonna throw a wash down on the skulls too, just to kind of keep things saturated. I feel like that makes the skulls pop out a little bit more too. Ta-da-da. Okay, here we go, guys. That's it. That is this model for tonight, and he is done-ish. Pretty well done. He'll need some highlights, but, you know, not bad. Just dip them in the wash. I used 2 different washes, Samuel. How does that work? I was able to finish my test of honor mini tonight. Oh, nice. Time for me to give up the ghost. Same here. clear date set for next year. I have a convention in Vegas. I need to make sure it avoids conflict. Late September, early October is all I can say. Most likely at this point, it hasn't been hammered down yet. But I'll post it on my Facebook whenever it is ready to go. So, anywho, thank you guys for hanging out and chatting with me and getting some of your own painting done and teaching me some things. So, yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, I guess. Happy holidays between now and then. I'll be sort of celebrating Christmas next week, so I'll follow up with you guys after that. And, yeah, you guys take care. Have a great night.